Hello. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the pre-show.
What are you doing right now?
I have a pre-show topic.
Can I ask you what you're doing? Well, no. Let's close this loop first. What are you doing?
I was just, what's week 5, we're in this. We're in the thick of it, and so might as well just change it up a little bit,
Okay. I love that energy for you. All right. Let's go to Ashley Pickle.
He was checking to make sure that our audio
Checking the
was
audio.
I was like,
We had some.
when did I yell a second time?
For those who didn't know,
so you don't trust me?
For those who don't know, we got a new audio board, and so it's very fancy, and also we have no idea how to work it.
It's scary.
So we're trying to figure it out.
It's very scary.
Here with a pre-show topic that she texted me about yesterday.
But you don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. She has said, I have a pre-show topic.
It's the best thing ever.
Here's Ashley Pickle.
So, it's a pre-show topic about my mom.
Fully already in.
So apparently, there is a museum, the Falls of the Colorado Museum. So if you're not familiar with river geography in the state of Texas, Llano, actually my parents' house is in Kingsland, which is where I grew up for 18 years. Kingsland is surrounded by a bunch of lakes. The entire hill country is, but specifically Lake LBJ is in Kingsland, Texas. And that's where the Colorado arm meets the Llano arm, right. And that is what makes up Lake LBJ.
Correct.
So there's a museum called the Falls on the Colorado, and I guess they put together a yearly calendar. Or maybe they're starting to put together a calendar now.
Like a wall calendar? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Yeah.
So old school wall calendar, you write the dates and everything. Well, there was a photo contest. They were like, hey, we want photos of the Colorado River, so Lake LBJ basically, or anywhere that the Colorado River is. And you could, if you had any photos, you could enter the contest. Well, pop this baby up. Trisha Pickle took first place. Her photo took first place in this, so she's going to be the January month of the 2026 Falls of the Colorado Museum.
She's Miss January?
Literally. How cool is that? And it gets even better. So I'm going to read this.
Wait. To be clear, that's a photo?
Yes, that is a photo that she took out at their property that they have down there.
Maybe it's the angle, or maybe it's just the camera, but it looks like almost like a painting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So that was at the actual award presentation. So she got to go and be there, but obviously she's had that photo printed out. That's in our living room. But yeah, first place Trisha Pickle. First off, this is the first place thing she's ever won. So she was like,
wow, no.
Super excited.
She's been first place in my heart for quite some time.
Yes. In everybody's heart. But even more so than that, so I'm going to read it just so I don't mess it up. The judge is a professional photographer from Burnet.
Which means that she overcame so much adversity.
Because someone from Burnet begrudgingly had to name her number one. But she had 50 photos to judge, so obviously the top 12 make it, because there's 12 months of the year. If you don't know that, then there's bigger problems. But out of 50...
We're a math podcast.
So yeah, hers was the first one, so she got January, but they graded them on a scale of 1 to 30. Trisha's first place photo got a 29.75, which was the highest out of the 12 photos. So yeah, legitimately first place with the highest ranking and everything. And so yeah, Miss January in the Falls of the Colorado Museum.
Wow.
So she apparently got me a copy of this, so we'll be able to celebrate this in the office when I hang it up in my office.
Yes.
But yeah, my mom, an award-winning photographer.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. When we come back in January, like it's gonna be the Trish Pickle month.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we're gonna really. Like, we're going to do something every day to honor her.
That's my birthday month, too, so it's extra special.
But how cool is that?
Man.
I had to brag on her. It's cool because my mom has been I think that's part of the reason why I decided to do kind of, on-camera work and behind-the-scenes camera work. My mom has been, she loves photography. She's taken some really, really incredible photos and stuff before, but back in the day on KView, it was either KView or KXAN, but one of the Austin stations, you could submit photos and they would show it on the newscast. So she's been featured on the newscast probably 3 or 4 times. There was one particular photo of a Longhorn driving down Slab Road to get to Llano that was always one of my favorites. But I was just so pumped for her that she's still going with it, and
that is
now she's winning awards.
Man,
amazing,
pretty cool.
I love it.
Good job, Trish.
Beautiful.
You know what? I know it's the beginning of the week, and we don't often do this, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Trisha Pickle, our Texas Football Today listener of the week.
Good job, Mom.
Congratulations to Trisha Pickle. Hit the theme, Expo.
Oh, I have to clap.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Caught me off guard.
Hit the theme, Expo. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show with internet access. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the editor-in-chief of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, on
TikTok.
Twitch, on Vimeo.
Not there.
No.
We're striking out.
Or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. My other way. Thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. Sitting to my right, co-piloting this thing today, she is the Duchess of the Dorks, Miss 305. She's Ashley Pickle.
I love her.
Everybody is leaving to go to lunch, and we're held captive in here.
This has happened to me for
yapping
10
about
years.
Football. I just watch them all just look at us as they're like, we're going to go stuff our guts, enjoy starving.
Exactly right. And
we starve for you guys,
and
so
we
you're
will.
welcome.
Suffering is art, and art is suffering. Meanwhile, those other
struggling is gosh darn it, talking is hard.
We're good. Hey guys, it's Monday. Sitting over in the booth today, making us sound good, twisting and tweaking, our friend Vianney Moreno. Hello, Vianney Moreno.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Great. Today is Monday, September 22nd, 2025. 66 days until Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to, I'm going to go with...
I like being able to see all these people
the
on your
rapper
screen.
Moneybagg Yo.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, tell
God,
me
I've never felt so old.
me his
Oh,
three
Moneybagg
biggest-
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so old.
My favorite song is Scorpio.
You could have said anything and I would be like, yep, that sounds
Or
about right.
Waukesha.
God, is this what you feel like every day?
Yep. This is your future. I used to be cool and young once. It is episode 1884 or so. I don't know.
Oh, I
Check
got
the
you.
listings.
I got you.
On today's show, folks, it is Monday morning fallout. We are overreacting to the football weekend, and what a weekend to overreact to. We've got plenty of that over the next 30 minutes or so if you stick around with us. So thanks for hopping on with us. V, do we have first four through the door?
Oh, we do. Okay, I'm going to try and do this.
See, this is the real downside.
Yeah, the new soundboard is fantastic, but the aggressive turning of the neck
Yeah, because these are directional
muscles
microphones.
are getting they're getting their
I'm
work
going
if
to
I
in.
pull
go
one of
over
these.
here-
Okay, Tony Blaylock, Joey Hill, Lowell Good, Robert A.
Thanks, VNA, and thank you for
Welcome
spending
in,
part of your
fellas.
day with us. VNA,
Oh,
hit the air raid sign. It's time for Monday Morning Fallout. Morning Fallout. When we overreact to the football weekend, and there is plenty to overreact to from a wild, woolly, and rather unexpected week 4 of the Texas high school football season. We'll start with Tepper's take. Throw out your priors. We spend an honestly irresponsible amount of time and energy thinking about high school football, and we do the majority of that time that thinking during a time where there is not high school football happening. From about January until about August, we do a lot of thinking about Texas high school football and try to project things out and predicting who's going to be good and who's going to struggle and which guys are going to have, teams are going to have players that step up and which new coaches are going to thrive. All of these things all come together largely in our summer magazine, but then also on TexasFootball.com year round. And a funny thing happens starting in about August, which is that they start playing football games. And during those football games, we get to learn new stuff. And over the course of the last 4 weeks, I would say just now, we have a decent amount of data. We have a decent amount of information on most of these teams. Some of these teams we still may not have enough data on, and we will continue to learn more. And there are certainly teams, past is not pretense, and there are plenty of other things that you can do to change your fortunes. But right now, we have a decent amount of data. And what I am having to tell myself, what I am telling my staff, and what I am imploring to you, fair viewer, is that it's time to take all of that work that you've done over those 8 months of thinking about high school football and probably put it to the side and look at the product on the field and not let your priors, your previously held beliefs get in the way of trying to understand what football looks like. Because you can certainly try to mash a square peg into a round hole and say, no, this team's actually really good. The fact that they're 1-3 doesn't matter. You can make excuses for anybody. Or certainly you could say, well, this team wasn't going to be very good. The fact they're 4-0, they're fluky, this, that, and the other. I am here to tell you that there has to come a certain level of humility of understanding that what we know now can outweigh what we thought even a month ago. Across the state of Texas, I think in week 4, you had those moments where you said, okay, you're at a crossroads. What are you going to think about these teams? What are you going to think about these teams? Right? I'll give you an example. We'll talk about them over the course of the program because it's one of the big games of the week. Waxahachie's win over Duncanville. In our brain, in our mind grapes, we have soaked in and said, oh, it's Duncanville and DeSoto. Duncanville and DeSoto. Well, now we are faced with a truth, which is Waxahachie beat Duncanville. They beat them, I would say, pretty impressively. It was a close game, but Waxahachie hung around, and then made plays. If you are stubborn, you can say, well, that was a fluky win, and they're going to fall back to earth. And certainly, that could happen. But I think it's time to adjust your priors. I think that if a team is struggling, maybe that team is just going to struggle. If a team is soaring, maybe that team is just going to soar. There has to come a certain level of humility that we have to grapple with within Dave Campbell's to say, yeah, we are wrong a fair amount. And we do overlook teams that end up being great. And we do pump other teams up that end up not living up to those expectations. I think now, as we enter week 5 of the season, and the second month of the season, we can look at our previously held beliefs and say, do they line up with the actual things that we've seen on the field? I think now is an important time to start that process. And that's my take.
And now for Pickle's point. That was cool and all, but don't mess it up. I feel like heading into week 4, one of our Friday night focuses was that we might have had some de facto district championship games in week 4 of the Texas high school football season. The aforementioned victory that Waxahachie had over Duncanville, like Tepper just said, you take a look at District 11 6A, and all of a sudden we're going, that might have very well been for the district championship. You go down to 12 5A Division 1. Last week, the week prior, so week 3, A&M Consolidated went and got a really good win over Weiss. And then we were looking at this game, A&M Consolidated versus College Station, last week in week 4 and saying, okay, this is probably for that number 1 spot. And A&M Consolidated goes out and they beat both of those teams to really likely secure their spot as the district championship. Another one, you go down to 22-6A, and I think that Shadow Creek's 27-20 win over Manville is one that should not go unnoticed. But here's the thing. As easy as it is for us to say, okay, they still probably have 1 to 2 maybe big tests waiting. And for A&M Consolidated, it's Austin Anderson this week. For Waxahachie, it's DeSoto this week. For Shadow Creek, they've got Pearland Dawson, who's undefeated. There is likely 1 or 2 more games that could throw everything, throw a wrench in everything. Those aren't the games that I'm concerned about. I think all of those teams understand that they've still got 1 to 2 big tests left. It's the bottom portion of those districts. It's those teams that maybe you're winless on the year that you're thinking, oh man, we're done. We've got Duncanville and DeSoto out of the way. We're going to just blaze through this. And then a Lancaster or a Cedar Hill creeps up. Mm-hmm. For Shadow Creek, it's a Pasadena Rayburn who's undefeated on the season that could creep up. For A&M Consolidated, there's so many different teams that you likely write off after you get through those upper echelons of your district that do not get caught sleeping. So while all of those teams deserve to celebrate the incredible victories that they had this past week, don't get to week 9 thinking that you're going to blow some team out of the water, put your guard down, and be looking ahead to playoffs. Great and all. Don't mess it up.
To the game of the week, and a lot of great games this week. Really fun week of games. We're going to go out to the South Plains, to the Crosstown Showdown in Greater Lubbock with Lubbock Cooper and Wolfforth Friendship. Now, this is a Crosstown Showdown. It's a big rivalry game. And we are going to pick this game up in the final minute of regulations. That's probably a bit of a spoiler. And I want to be really clear about something as I was cutting this last night. I don't like using the losing team's call because I don't like when guys are sad. You know what I mean? Like we're going to promote it, but I could not find a stream for Lubbock Cooper. They ended up winning the game, as you'll see. And also, the Friendship.tv broadcast is really, really good.
Oh, it's incredible.
Really, really good. And the guys on the call are excellent. So they can tell the story better than I can. Here's the wild finish to Lubbock Cooper and Wolfforth Friendship, our game of the week.
Stands on the 10. Snap is back. Handoff. Johnson. He goes right into the pile, then bounces out untouched. He'll walk into the end zone. And the Lubbock Cooper Pirates will take the lead with 31 seconds remaining. Ferris. Everyone comes set. Calls for it. Back to pass. Looking downfield. Over the top. Campbell by himself. That's a touchdown, Tigers! Clocks don't matter anymore. Overtime number 1. Twins both sides. Ferris with Dunkerson to his right. They're on the near hash. Play action to Dunkerson. Side pass. Chase Campbell with the catch. Diving for the end zone. And that's a touchdown, Tigers. The second and third effort from Chase Campbell, and Friendship scores in overtime number 1 with a touchdown from Ferris to Campbell. Rodriguez going back the other way, untouched and uncovered. The catch is made by Johnson coming out of the backfield, and it's a touchdown on play number 1 for the Lubbock Cooper Pirates. It's Twins on the far side for Lubbock Cooper. Johnson is in the backfield. He's to the right of Rodriguez. They motion. They fake the handoff. Looking back the other way, Rodriguez has a man. Catch is made. Lubbock Cooper will win this one in overtime number 1. Going back the other way to Cade Gant, the man that brought him here, and they'll win it with the 2-point conversion, 57-56 over the Friendship Tigers. Another instant classic in the Crosstown Showdown, but this one will go the way of Lubbock Cooper Pirates tonight.
The call from Friendship.tv, great call, great broadcast there. And yeah, what more do you want in a rivalry game?
Oh, no.
And Chip Darden, we ain't going to double overtime. Nah, man.
That dog in him.
We're going for 2. But back and forth. So I want you to think about that. There were 2 touchdowns in the final 31 seconds of regulation, and then both teams scored in their possession of overtime. There were 5 scoring plays in about, I mean, there's obviously no time in overtime,
right.
But like over the course of about probably 10 plays.
Yeah, legitimately.
There were 5 touchdowns or
and
5
it's not like those were
scoring
easy
plays.
touchdowns
No.
too. To take like the Friendship touchdown to send them into overtime was incredible in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it was a fabulous game. Our game of the week, Lubbock Cooper's win over Wolford Friendship.
How about we go to our play of the week now? So we talked about it earlier, and here we go again. But Waxahachie takes on Duncanville and ends up walking away with the win. So honestly, Duncanville was up 27-22 for almost the entirety of the fourth quarter until Waxahachie scores to go up 28-27 with 3:48. So you might be thinking, oh, it was an incredible touchdown play. No, let me give you the game-sealing tackle here. So Duncanville gets the ball back, is attempting to go back down the field when Waxahachie's Jaquan Snell absolutely lights a man up. Look at the top of your screen here for the safety and the hit he puts on Duncanville.
Waxahachie, see how they respond here. 4th down and 2. Game on the line. No doubt what Duncanville's doing here. Manning is in at quarterback, or the Wildcat. They're going to run it. Theus is blasted. Waxahachie with a massive hit at the 28-yard line, and Theus was just
He tried
rocked.
to send him back to Duncanville at that point.
We were watching that game, getting ready for Texas football tonight. I think we were in your office.
Yeah.
And we were watching that game, and, it's 4th down, 4th and 2. They're just outside field goal range. By the way, remember, a field goal wins it for Duncanville. Yeah. They're just outside field goal range. If they convert that first down, they're at least going to get a try at a field goal.
Absolutely.
And they line up in that formation where they have all of these blockers to the right to line up for Theus. And Jaquan Snell darts in there, knifes into the backfield, and
insane.
Lays a hit, and there was an explosion within this office of, oh! It was awesome.
It was, that was like a peak football moment that you'll remember. Congratulations, Jaquan Snell. Wow.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. Our coach of the week, let's go to San Antonio and talk about Southwest Legacy head coach Robert Bruce. Southwest Legacy, a relatively young program down there in the San Antonio area. They are 4-0 for the first time in program history after a thrilling 17-16 win over previously unbeaten John Jay. And the way they did it, a nip and tuck affair. John Jay was lining up for a game-winning field goal, and Southwest Legacy ended up blocking it. A remarkable coaching performance from Robert Bruce of San Antonio Southwest Legacy. He is our Monday Morning Fallout Coach of the Week. After the break, we've got plenty more, including the In Case You Missed It, the Dude of the Week, the NFL Minute, and the Matt Stepp, He Got That Dog in Him Player of the Week. If you stay with us.
Hello, Candace.
Not you again.
Me again. Remember our last oil change? Your boyfriend said he knew a guy who knew a guy. None of those guys knew what they were doing, including you, Todd.
Silence your oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch our experts change your oil right from your car.
Thanks for coming in.
And finish in about 15 minutes. Valvoline. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Pour some sunshine with new First Light Community Coffee's first ever light roast. This blend has notes of honey and brown sugar that will brighten any part of your day. Try First Light now at communitycoffee.com.
Friday night football is here, and Hometown is trusted by thousands of schools across the nation to make game days effortless. Sell tickets online, easily scan them at the gate, track sales in real time, and keep your community connected with a free athletic website. Make every game a Hometown game. Visit hometown.com to learn more.
Every legend starts with a vision. For Dave Campbell, that vision was clear. Tell the story of Texas football like never before. In 1960, he built something no one had before, a magazine that became the Bible of Texas football. Coaches, players, and fans didn't just read it, they lived by it. His words shaped the game. His vision built a legacy. And his name? It will always be written in the story of Texas football. Dave Campbell's Texas Football, where legends begin.
welcome you back into Monday Morning Fallout here on Texas Football. Today, Ashley Pickle and Greg Tepper alongside Vianney Moreno. And it is time for our Dudes Rock Dude of the Week. And for this Dudes Rock Dude of the Week, we go out to Mount Enterprise. And we take a look at Keegan Ash. Listen to this stat line. 21 carries for 385 yards and 6 touchdowns rushing.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Okay? You said 385 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. That is the second most in a game this season by a UIL 11-man player. Okay? Kenneth Johnson from Jarrell had 391 in week 3 against Caldwell. So, Keegan Ash, second highest rushing performance in UIL Texas high school football history this season. That's awesome.
With 6 touchdowns. And that's got to be it, right?
Also very good. Yes.
How about you tack on 123 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving?
Okay.
So we're up to 8 total touchdowns. 385 yards on the ground.
That's the most in a game this season. 8 total touchdowns.
123 receiving. Clearly that's got to be it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly.
He also plays defense, and he went 11 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and forced 3 fumbles.
I think...
What?
I've been thinking about this all weekend since I found out what Keegan Ash did on Friday night. I think that's the stat line of the year. It's going to be really hard for someone to top that. He goes for over 500 yards.
8 touchdowns.
11 tackles and 3 forced fumbles.
And 2 tackles for a loss.
I think that's the stat line of the year.
Could he, I guess what we could do is technically we could have a Dudes Rock Dude of the Year.
He will
based off of if you
he
win
will be
Dudes
in the running
Dude of
for
the Week.
Dudes Rock Dude of the Year, which is going to be just the single individual best dude performance of the year.
He broke down. He broke down.
That's unbelievable.
That's insane. So congratulations to Keegan Ash, this week's Dude Rock Dude of the Week.
He is our Dude of the Week, most certainly. Speaking of dudes who rock, let's go to the NFL. It's time to roll out the NFL Minute. It was a big week in the NFL. I don't know if you guys watch any of the NFL.
I watched half of a Cowboys game, and then I frustratedly quit watching.
Yeah, Vienna's just shaking her head. But another big week in the NFL, and there's nobody at Dave Campbell's Texas Football that we trust with our NFL coverage more than our chief NFL insider, my mom.
Hi, this is Tep Mom reporting the NFL Minute for this week. I'm highlighting Devon Achane. He is with the Miami Dolphins, who lost to the Buffalo Bills Thursday night, 31-21. Devon he went to Texas A&M, and he also went to Fort Bend Marshall High School. A fun fact about him, he was the 2020 Gatorade Track and Field Player of the Year. In the game against Buffalo, he had 12 carries for 62 yards, and he also caught 7 passes for 29 yards. That's it for this week. Hope your favorite team wins. See ya.
Thanks, Mom. The NFL Minute with my mom.
Chicks rock.
It feels like every week we learn something. Like every week we get the goods on the NFL, and I don't consume any other NFL media other than the NFL Minute. Because why would you?
She's our chief correspondent for a reason. I don't need anybody else.
She's got her finger on the pulse of the NFL. So, yeah.
All right, we move on now to Stock Up. And how about the Bruins of Beaumont Westbrook? If you're not familiar, they're 4-0 on the season. Okay, a huge win, 49-14 over Silsbee this past week. Chuck Langston is in his 4th year as coach. He is a Westbrook alum, and he has this program going. If you remember back in realignment, they actually dropped down to 5A, and that has been leaps and bounds the move for this team. So being able to drop down, they were able to get 4 wins last year, which was two more wins than they had in the previous 2 years. Now they're 4-0 on the season. What Chuck Langston is doing with this squad has been incredible. Their quarterback, Tamarian Anderson, he was the district newcomer of the year last year, and just continuing to prove to be a team down there in that Golden Triangle region that people need to start keeping an eye on. But the Bruins of Westbrook, 4-0 on the season.
Yeah, he's a guy who's got Chuck Langston. He's got college experience. He was a coach at Central Oklahoma for a while. He's coached Trinity Valley as well. So he knows what he's doing, most certainly. Stock down, and it pains me to say this, but Glen Rose. It pains me to say this for two reasons. One, Glen Rose is really fun. And we enjoy watching them. They've been really successful. And two, I have a feeling that this might get clipped and thrown back in my face. And here's what I mean by that. So right now, Glen Rose is sitting at 0-4 on the season. They lose to Robinson this past week, 41-40, in a heartbreaker. And I've got some real concerns about Glen Rose, specifically defensively. They have been a program that over the past few years has been really good. What they've done is defense has been pretty good, and their offense has been great. The offense just hasn't been able to keep up this year. They're sitting at 0-4. By the way, they got to go to Alvarado next week, so that's going to be tough. Here's what I do mean by this may get clipped and thrown back in my face. So I'm not fully selling my stock. If you go back to 2022, I believe it was. 2022, they made it to the state semifinal, and I believe that was the year they gave Carthage everything they wanted in the state semifinal. Mm-hmm. They started 1-4 that year. So they'll do this on you.
They just happen to drop like 5 or 6 straight in the playoffs
and
just be like, oh, hi.
They just get
you wrote us off again.
They just get white hot. And so I am suspending buying stock in Glen Rose.
But stock is there to be had.
But I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on to it just in case they make me look really stupid. So Glen Rose, I've got my eye on them, but I'm also not burying them at 0-4.
Now we go to our In Case You Missed It of the week. And how about this? Boys Ranch, for the first time in program history, is 4-0. They've got wins over Silverton, Lasbuddy, Headley, and Amarillo San Jacinto. A huge win over all of these. They have not scored less than 60 points. Yeah. In a game. So that's awesome in and of itself, but really the true thing about this being incredible is the fact that if you are not familiar, Boys Ranch is labeled as a special purpose ISD in the state of Texas. It is it's on a residential child care facility. The whole campus is, so kind of more at-risk youth. And so yes, for the first time they have they're 4-0
and the other
in program history.
And the other thing about them is they dropped to 6-man football in the last realignment.
Yep.
They've always had the numbers to drop there, but they've played up because they didn't want to adjust the field and they were used to playing 11-man football. They dropped 6-man. They went 0-10 last year as a 6-man program. And now they're 4-0.
Yeah. They've 45 to every person that they played.
Lewis Kelly III doing unbelievable work. His family is legend out there in coaching circles there, and he is continuing the tradition. And 4-0 Boys Ranch. They were good. That was a team that was a program. Yes, it's a great feel good story.
Absolutely.
Obviously because of the circumstances that program operates within. And also the fact that, this is a program that at one point had the state's longest losing streak. They lost 49 in a row.
I was like, they just snapped it. What was that, last year? Or when, it was when Lewis Kelly got hired.
Yeah, it was the year before. It was with Wampler, Aaron Wampler, who's now at Clarendon, I believe. That sounds right. I'll say it confidently. Coach Wampler knows I love him. But yeah, it's remarkable story there in Boys Ranch to be 3-0.
But legitimately good football team.
Yeah.
Really good football team right now. That offense is humming.
Mm-hmm. It's now time for the most prestigious award in Texas high school football, at least on this program. That's right. It's the Matt Stepp, He Got That Dog in Him, Player of the Week.
What's up, y'all? Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, here to bring you what we've all been waiting for. The Week 4 Matt Stepp, He Got That Dog in Him Award. And the winner of this week's Matt Stepp, He Got That Dog in Him Award, is none other than Laredo United wide receiver Colt Lozano. In United's exciting 40-30 win over Weslaco on Saturday night, Lozano hauled in 4 touchdown passes from quarterback George Luna to lead Laredo United to a comeback victory over Weslaco on Saturday night at Lackey Stadium. Congrats, Colt. You, sir, have got that dog in you.
Congratulations, Colt Lozano. Matt Stepp, he got that dog in him player of the week.
He come on here and try to ruin another program. But he also gets to go, oh, I got to go to the RGV this weekend, unlike you losers.
He was very, very loud about it, too.
This guy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough scene. You want to take us home?
How about we take a look forward into this week? We're heading into week 5 of the Texas high school football season, and what is a game we have our eye on? Well, it is going to be breaking news, our DCTF Rising Game of the Week on this Thursday night. We head down to the greater Houston area as Iowa Colony in a district matchup against Richmond Randall. Now, it's funny because both of these programs are so new. Mm-hmm. You might think, how in the world do we already kind of have a rivalry going at this point? Not only are these two of the best teams in the district, last year, Iowa Colony made it all the way to the regional finals, and they only had 2 losses on the year, both of which came from Richmond Randall. Mm-hmm. They lost to them on September 25th last year, so almost it will be a year to the day. Mm-hmm. And then they lost again on December 6th. In the regional final round. One, prospect game like no other. Insanely talented teams. 2, just the story that's brewing behind this one. Iowa Colony, has had this one circled.
It's number 2 versus number 3 in 5A Division 2. You can check out the rankings now on TexasFootball.com. And it is going to be, last year it was 2, the second game especially. First game I think was 30-10. The second game was really close, if I remember correctly, like
21-14, so 1 score.
These are 2 teams that are very evenly matched, very high-powered offenses. I am fascinated by this ball game, and I'm thrilled that it's going to be the DCTX Rising Game of the Week. We're going to send our crew down there to have it live for you free on YouTube.
Yeah, you'll be able to, Gavin Moritz, Carter Yates, Greg Powers, and then Mallory Hartley will also be there.
Well, okay, but Mallory's an important part of the team.
No, I know.
Okay.
She gets our interview.
You just said it in a way that made it seem like she wasn't.
I would say she's the most important part.
I love you, Mallory. That's it. That's Monday Morning Fallout here for a Monday as we enter week 5 of the Texas high school football season. A reminder, TexasFootball.com has got all of your rankings right now. The new Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press rankings are out, including a couple of new number 1s. There's a tease. As well as other great stuff on TexasFootball.com. If you didn't read the story of Carter Yates, he was out in Thorndale for Gordon's win and kind of romp over 11-man Thorndale. Mm-hmm. It's a remarkable story. You can go check that out on TexasFootball.com as well. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. For Vianney Moreno and Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. We will see you Thursday on Texas Football Today.